What's up, y'all? It's your boy QP. Nerds Rule the World. Initial thoughts coming out of the press screening for Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. Thrilling, captivating, edge of your seat action. Tom Cruise and his ensemble cast bring it as always. There's a lot of callbacks if you're a fan of the franchise that they did in this that just made it super dope. Really fun, really just amazing. Totally recommend this. We'll be talking about it on WTOP 103.5 here in DC, and of course on Nerds Rule the World. Definitely going to break this down with the homies, but go get your tickets. See it in IMAX, see it in the best format you can see, because this is crazy. Tom Cruise is fucking crazy, y'all. Love it. Mission Impossible Final Reckoning hitting theaters May 16th, I think, or May 23rd. I don't know. Dates are crazy, but anyway, check it out. Comment below if you're hype about it, and I'll be doing the full review. Your boy QP, Nerds Rule the World. What's up, y'all? It's your boy QP and my pal Webster Style.
What on?
Here to take a certain mission, an impossible mission. We're going to review the Final Reckoning, possibly the last Mission Impossible. But before we do that, let's check out the trailer. Are you ready, Webster Style, to accept this mission before this communication blows up?
Yep. 5 seconds. Yep. I accept.
All right, let's go.
This can't all be true.
Every word. CIA Black Vault break-in.
Am I reading this correctly? The Kremlin bombing?
In fairness, the bomb was actually meant to kill him. He gassed a security briefing.
That was just 2 months ago.
This explains the handcuffs. It's still not clear why he's here. If we want to bring the world back from the brink, we have to deal with him.
Should he choose to accept?
Smart people on every side are close to panicking.
What exactly is your plan?
Your team has been betrayed, Ethan. All your secrets compromised. Everything you are, everything you've done, has come to this. You gave him an aircraft carrier?
Our lives are the sum of our choices. This was your calling, your destiny. I have no regrets. Neither should you.
I need you to trust me. One last time.
All right, there you go. In theaters now. Webster Style. Before we dig into our thoughts, review, and before I talk a little bit about the casting and crew a little bit to show them some love, and then our thoughts. What were your initial thoughts when you heard? And well, I'm sure you didn't hear because this is actually part 2. There was Dead Reckoning. We knew we were going to get this Final Reckoning. They changed the title. I think it was going to be like Dead Reckoning part 2, but now Final Reckoning. They changed it up. What were your thoughts leading into the Final Reckoning when you first saw the trailer?
I was just excited in general. And funny, I still haven't watched Dead Reckoning yet.
Oh, snap.
Right. So,
okay.
So I have opinions based on that as well, which I'll get to. But I was excited. Like I literally just hadn't sat down to watch Dead Reckoning, even though it was on Paramount Plus for however long it's been there. But I was talking to my dad the other day, and I said, because I was telling him I was going to go, and I said, Dad, do you realize that the first Mission Impossible came out the summer after I graduated high school?
Crazy.
So I said, we've been watching this series for 30 years. So yeah, I was excited for it. I've seen all of them except for Dead Reckoning, and most of them in the theater.
Yeah.
So I was excited when they announced this. So like, looks good to me.
All right. All right. I caught Dead Reckoning. I think we actually have our thoughts, our review on the channel for that. Go check that out. I was hyped. I was ready for this. I think it's been about a year since Dead Reckoning, if I'm not mistaken.
Maybe two.
Yeah. I know we covered it here at the NRW. Maybe it was last year or the year before. So I was ready for it. Actually, 2023, 2 years ago.
Because it was like
Yeah.
as everything was rebounding from the pandemic as far as the movie.
Yeah, and that's what delayed it. Okay,
Right.
that's what it
'Cause
is.
I know that was part of the conversation with the movie and the box office and everything. I remember that distinctly.
Yes. So yeah, I've been ready to close this thing out.
Right.
What is happening with this thing? So I was hype. All right. So we'll get into those thoughts with our review. But before Webster Style and I break it down with our thoughts, I like to show love to the cast and crew. It takes a village. We're only going to highlight a few folks, but again, it takes a village to create a film. Director on this was Christopher McQuarrie, who actually gave us Mission Impossible Fallout. He worked on Dead Reckoning. He was also on Usual Suspects, worked with Tom on Top Gun Maverick. He's been in the game a long time, putting together a lot of action epics. Shout out to Christopher McQuarrie. Writers on this are Bruce Geller, Erik Jendresen, as well as Christopher McQuarrie, as well. And top title stars, we got Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt, Hayley Atwell as Grace, Ving Rhames as Luther Stickle, Simon Pegg as Benji Dunn, Palm Klementieff as Paris, Esai Morales as Gabriel, and a host of others. Again, it takes a village to make a film. So shout out. Oh, let me not forget Angela Bassett. I got to show the Queen love. I got to at least boost her up there and give the Queen, our president, some love in this. That's your cast. And really, synopsis. Do you need a synopsis for our Mission Impossible?
No, right?
The man saves the world.
Again.
When we left Dead Reckoning, he had this special key that they were hunting for. He has that key now. He's going to stop this AI entity from taking over the world. The entity is taking over all of the nuclear weapons all over the world, and it's down to Tom and his team to stop it, and Esai Morales and all of that, and a lot of cool, amazing stunts in there. It's a popcorn action flick, man, and it's just edge of your street. It's what movies are made for. It's literally what movies are made
I
for.
agree.
And
Totally.
you get that in this.
Exactly.
So let's get right into the review, Webster Style. What were your thoughts coming out of the theater, and let's start breaking it down. What do you think of overall story, everything?
Let me tell you, for not seeing Dead Reckoning, I didn't need to see Dead Reckoning to understand anything that was going on. And I love the way they structured that.
Yes.
They told a story where you knew what happened, even if you didn't watch the previous movie. And I appreciated that as someone who hadn't watched Dead Reckoning yet. I thought that, I'll put it this way. There aren't too many times anymore nowadays, and I'm pretty sure you agree, where you're watching a movie and you're like, how did they do that? This movie, because you know it's not CGI, especially with Tom Cruise. So a lot of these shots, especially like when in a submarine, I'm like, yo, how did they do that? And like you knew he was getting out, but they did it so well where you still felt that tension. You still were worried he wasn't going to get out in time. It was outlandish, but still grounded in such reality. I appreciated that because so many movies that would try to be like this would just totally take you out of the reality aspect of things. But everything was so grounded in how they did it, even if it was fantastical. I appreciated that as a movie, and this was a big budget blockbuster action movie that had you on the edge of your seat from beginning to end.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna echo your point as well. You didn't need to see the Final Reckoning, or any of the previous films to just enjoy this.
Can we talk about the callbacks though?
And that's what I'm going to get into.
Yeah.
So you didn't, but what I'm saying is you didn't have to, but that's where this big butt in your face, jiggling the butt, falls in. But if you've been a fan since the jump off,
right, since 96,
all the films, what makes this is the icing on the literal Mission Impossible cake.
Right, it is.
If you've put in the time and you love this series and all the characters and you've gone on these missions with Ethan Hunt, they called back to you and they just delivered. And yes, that's what made this movie for me. Although I haven't seen all of them. I've seen the majority of them, but there's a few in there sprinkled that I've maybe seen bits and pieces, and it's been a minute. But I knew them and I understood them and all that, and I know the characters. So I'm actually looking to dive back and kind of go check out some of them, and I think that will do this. This film will do that with those fans, or not. You know what I'm saying? You can enjoy this film without it, as you said, but if you put the time in, it makes you like look back fondly on those memories. And this film pays homage and love to that as well with all these callbacks. Yeah. A beautiful film in that instance, but also so well written that you don't have to have done that. You don't have to have done that in order to enjoy this film.
No, I agree. Like with this, 3 was probably my least favorite of them all. Like I remember leaving the theater and I was a bit disappointed in 3 when I saw it back in the day, but because of how 3 impacts this one 8, which is weird. I'm going to go back and watch it again simply because I haven't watched it since 3 came. Like I've only watched 3 once, and that was when I saw it in the theater. In 2005, 2006, whenever it was. So I haven't watched it since then. So maybe, the eyes of 46-year-old me will appreciate the film differently compared to how I was then. But yeah, there were callbacks to some degree to maybe every movie except for 2. And 2 I love 2 simply because just John Woo, but 2 was kind of outlandish to me. John Woo directed that one, so it was nonstop action, but story-wise, it was like, okay. But especially the callbacks to 1, and the iconic scene in 1, and how that tied into the final reckoning and the end of that was just, and even the sort of reconciling that happened because of that I thought that was so beautiful and poetic. Personally speaking, overall, I just really enjoyed this movie. I am the Alamo season pass, so I didn't pay full price to see it, but I would have gladly, with no regrets, paid full price to see this movie at any theater, no matter the cost. It is that good and is that much worth your ticket price. It is a movie that you need to see in the theater. You will not have the same sort of impact, especially with the bass rattling, the seats rattling, and again, the submarine with the torpedoes fall, the tension. It was just so good. It was so good. It was such a fun watch.
Definitely. To add to that, yeah, I'm blessed because of press. I get to see these things, and then they show it to it in Dolby and IMAX and all of that. And with that said, though, this is a film you want to experience on the best technology possible. To add to what you said, Eldon, in Dolby, in IMAX, the 4DX experience. This is the type of movie that's made for that experience because they know how that it was shot in IMAX, number one, but then they know how to add the additional capabilities of theater to its full extent to give you an immersible experience. And speaking of experiences within that, this is a film that you're hearing audience cheer. And again, to the credit of seeing it with an audience, everybody's dialed in, and then there's just a vibe, and you're literally clapping and cheering at the end. It pulls that out of you, which just makes it so much fun. And I definitely want to add on that. And before we close this out, 2 of my favorite scenes, and I'm curious as well for you, again, but also one that kind of just made me in regards to the fantastical. The submarine scene was awesome, but when we're out of that submarine scene, slight spoilers, he's gonna survive from it. Right. But it's the surviving aspect of it that come on, man, he's cutting himself out of the suit, and then
he should have frozen to death. Let's be for real. That's where
I was like, I looked over to my friend to the right, looked over to my friend to the left. This is some bullshit. Yeah. But it's fucking Tom Cruise. Yeah. It's Ethan Hunt. But god damn it, that's where
he was 500 feet deep, probably more than that, since the submarine
ain't no goddamn way
was already falling.
Ain't no goddamn way that man survived
before he got up there. He should have been an ice cube by the time let's be for real.
I love the way he was saved though, and how, and I wouldn't mind being in a decompression tank with that person. You know,
Hayley Atwell, look, that woman has just gotten finer. Like for real.
I wouldn't be rushing out that decompression tank.
Nah, not at all.
So awesome scene though, really dope. I can't wait to see the making of that scene, to how they did all that, because that's insane. Yeah, just everything that was happening there, and then just the close out this right here, this aerial insanity. Fucking Tom Cruise is the only motherfucker right now that is doing his own and just doing it like that. Insane.
Yeah, that was insane.
Insane. Any other closing thoughts on the film, sir?
The stunts. One caveat, right? I think that scene went on too long. That whole sequence. I think that dragged out. While I enjoyed it, I'm thinking for the tension they were trying to create with it, I think they dragged it out a bit too long, maybe like 5 minutes too long, like super duper long. But there was a point in time where I was like, can we just end this? Because I really care more about what was going on inside of the vault, personally speaking.
Yeah. I got one final thing with that scene as well. While cool, I wanted Paris, Palm Klementieff, to have been the one to take out Esai Morales.
Yes.
Because he even said, you'll get your time. Tom, you just dusted the motherfucker. you wanted that time for yourself to dust that dude.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I just, that was my one little gripe there. But overall, this is what movies are made for. Why movies are made and why we go to the theater. It's that entertaining, sir.
Yep.
All right, let's close this out Webster style. That's our review. If people want to check out other things that you got going on, I know you put in the work like I do, and you're part of the NRW team. But what do you have going on over at Sartorial and Geek Webster style?
Right now, all my footage from BlurCon is up and publishing. I just went to East Coast Black American Comic-Con in Philly, so
Black Age Comics Convention.
Black Age Comics, yes. Black Age Comics, I always get it screwed up. So many letters. So you'll see that on socials. I went to PAX East. Some of that stuff is up on NRW already. I still got Awesome Con stuff coming. I still got DC Car Show stuff coming too. So a lot of stuff still coming. But stay tuned for Webster Style. You'll find it there.
There you go. Show love and support to my brother, Webster Style, Sartorial and Geek. And of course, he's here on NRW, Kayfabe baby, all the things. It's my brother. Come on now. He's NRW official. Right. So again, show love on his stuff. But again, you're here. Show love here. Follow, do all the things. Check out all of the crazy content we got going on. More on the way. But there you go. Those are our thoughts on Mission Impossible. If you choose to accept this mission and go check it out, let us know in the comments below what you think. That's my man Webster Style out of here, because this video is about to blow up. We out. Peace.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Yeah. Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world. Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes, sir.
I'm one
Thank you. Awesome. Kuya P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I got.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds Rule. Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes,
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
absolutely.
And you're right. Nerds do rule the world.
We're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.